on Vivica Fox. Vivica Fox is somebody who you can tell only seems to get self-esteem from the men that she dates. This is why, even though 50 Cent dumped her on the radio, according to her, she still loves him. It's not like a I got love for somebody. It's a I love this person. Even though this person, in a sense, dumped me, wants nothing to do with me, never dated me again. And you have a lot of women like this who have these soul ties with men that they've been with, right? They have these soul ties. And the relationship probably didn't even last that long. But you mix a woman who was close to middle age and you got a young up and coming rapper like 50 Cent. Shout out to Ed Niece. I'm like you, Jay. I live my life. I just love them and leave them. Just joking. Okay, I see you, Ed Niece. I see you. Right? And the reason why I say this is proof of women liking mistreatment. Make sure y'all get the likes up too. The reason why I say this is proof of mistreatment is because I've seen this before. You got guys who will dog out women. They will dog women out. And those women will still hold a place in their heart for that man. I've told this story over and over about there was this older woman. She was like in her early 40s, okay? She dated this guy that was like 10 years younger than her. And he was a struggle rapper. You know, had some videos of him on YouTube. And I guess he was a rapper, local rapper. It didn't do anything. Didn't get far. And he dated her. Lived with her, even though she had children. She had 2 teenage children, and she had 2 younger kids. Because I believe she was also on Section 8. Okay, but he was living. See how she was either on Section 8 or she was receiving benefits. You know. But anyway, he was living with her. Right, she was taking care of him, and the next thing you know, this dude up and moves across country, you know, from East Coast to West Coast. And she said he didn't even tell her. He just up and left. Then months later, he calls her and basically asks her, is she screwing other guys? And she says no. As if she's still holding a spot for him, even though he left and did not show any care for her whatsoever. She took care of him even though she had her own children to take care of. But he can just show up whenever he felt like it. He can hit her up and say, hey, you sleep with anybody else? And she's like, no. It's because no matter how much they get dogged out, they will still hold a place for a guy that doesn't respect them, a guy that doesn't really love them, a guy who just uses them. And this ain't a young girl. We're talking about a woman in her early 40s. But your mentality is of a teenager almost, a woman in her early 20s that wants to hold a place for a guy that doesn't want you. If a guy leaves and doesn't tell you, and he moves across the country, there is no hope for reconciliation. None. There's no hope for anything getting better. And I remember she showed me videos of him rapping because she wanted her son to be a rapper too. So how screwed up these Western women are. And she showed me these videos and like she's proud of her. I'm talking about her boyfriend. And it's like this. Now this is what you call a dusty. Okay, but this is who the majority of these women are dating. They're dating guys like that. Guys who are wannabe struggle rappers. Most of these women that y'all see that get on social media and complain about men calling them dusty, I bet you most of the guys they're dating or have dated were wannabe struggle rappers that probably have a YouTube video or two, probably done did a show or two locally. Because these, especially these melanated Western women, they love them a struggle rapper. They love a hoop dreamer. But then they will get on social media and act and pretend like They want better. No, they don't. Just look at the men they date. Look at the men they have children with. You don't want better. You just don't want accountability. And you look at Vivica Fox's dating life, she's never had accountability, I think, in any of her relationships, seems like. But with 50, even though it was a short-lived romance, this guy broke up with you on the radio like you were just another chick. But you were a veteran actress even at that moment. And she just took it in stride because that's what they do, because she always held a place in her heart for 50. That's why she's talking about how she loves him, to the point to where 50 Cent's current girlfriend, for whatever reason, felt the need to get involved in this, to the point to where she has to apologize because she wants to say things about Vivica Fox when she really did not need to. Do you think that 50 would leave you and go back with her? I mean, never say never, but I don't think that would happen. And this is a female who never says anything. But I'm telling you right now, she heard what Vivica said, and she could hear it in her voice, because women know, okay? Women know when another woman is telling the truth, especially in regards to men, and if they really love somebody and want them. And she could hear it in her voice. And that's why she went in the comment section, I believe on one of these blog sites, and, tried to clown her and make fun of her, have a back and forth with her. But now she's apologizing. But why did you say anything? Why would you feel threatened? You're a younger female, right? Most will say more attractive, right? Why would you feel threatened by an older woman who 50 hasn't dealt with in years? It is because she knew that Vivica still has feelings for a guy who dumped her on the radio. So let me read a little bit from this article from Hip Hop DX. It says, Vivica Fox stirred the pot last week when she called her ex 50 Cent the love of her life during her recent visit to Vlad TV. The comment rubbed the feathers of 50's current girlfriend, Cuban Link, the wrong way, and the disses went flying on both sides. But it seems like things aren't as bad between the two women as it was all miscommunication. Yeah. On Sunday, Fox posted a video for her interview with Vlad where she addressed 50 and Cuban Link to congratulate them on their relationship. Fox made it a point that this was the video that Cuban Link didn't see and said she didn't deserve any negativity when trying to give Cuban Link her flowers. Fox was so happy for the couple that she hoped the Queen's legend puts a ring on it soon. Cuban Link saw the sign of truce and accepted, admitting she took the situation overboard by jumping to conclusions. Humorous comment, bad timing, that's all, Cuban Link wrote. Now, with knowing all the information is not so funny. I take the blame for all the commotion. I apologize. Much love. But why would you get to this point? Why would you feel some type of way about a woman that 50 hasn't been with since 2005? How old was Cuban Link then? Let's see. All this commotion began when Fox got into detail about her short relationship with 50 Cent, explaining how they first met and what led to their quick downfall. We met after he said the thing at the Soul Train Music Awards, and I want to thank Vivica for wearing that dress. She explained. I was shocked. I was just kind of like, wow. And then after that, his people got in touch with my people. Next thing I know, we were on the phone, and my birthday was coming up, and he's such a gentleman, very generous. I know him as Curtis. Always will. And the 50 Cent, those are his performing things and who he is as a man. So I met Curtis. She added that I love the love that I have for him, and still to this day will always. He was the love of her life, so to speak. Let's see. Basically, she still has love for him. So, once again, why would you get triggered? Why would you get triggered unless you know deep down? And again, I told y'all, these dudes date women who are not very intelligent. There's a woman who clearly has insecurity issues, even though she's younger, has, the body that y'all like, right? She still has insecurity issues. Even though she's currently with 50 Cent, she still has insecurity issues. That's why I say, man, a lot of these women, their self-esteem is wrapped up in getting the body that these other women have that can get the men that they want, chasing these rappers, these athletes, because that's where their self-esteem comes from. And if they feel like there's a chance that they could lose or look bad in a situation, they lash out. But this just shows that 50 Cent is not with a very intelligent female. And maybe he knows that. But only a dummy would overreact to that. She was given an interview. She's giving an interview about her past relationship. And she was in the comment section clowning her, talking about, then she had the violin, emoji. Once again, these guys don't date very intelligent women, you can tell. This is a young girl who's still not very mature. And this just shows it. You overreacted to a woman speaking on an old relationship. What you got to be so insecure about? Like, seriously. But in regards to Vivica's still holding out hope that maybe someday because listen, I'm not going to be dumb and think that Vivica still would not, if she had an opportunity to get with 50, that she wouldn't do it. She would do it. She would do it in a second. Because why I say that? When you get dumped by a guy and then that's the end of the road for the relationship, and then years later you say that the guy is the love of your life, you holding out hope. Trust me. It's just like these single mothers that have children with these guys and then want to act like they'll never get with him again. I bet you if he come around, you gonna get with him again. You gonna get with him again. It'll be that ex-boyfriend they always complain about. As soon as he comes around, they will give him every opportunity to get back with her. But what they will do is they will end up caping. Not caping, but they'll be all cap. They'll be capping. I don't know why I said caping. They'll be capping, lying, pretending like they would never do that. Yes, they would.